Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, special number 13. This time I'm viewing the 34th chapter of the Boruto Naruto Next Generations manga, and it's called Training. This one kind of feels like a wrap-up of the arc, well, probably the first portion of this arc, and feels like it's going to start something else. Okay, chapter starts off with the aftermath of the battle between Naruto and Delta. Like, instead of finishing her up, it's like, Kawaniki's like, you should finish her up. And this is what Kawaniki says, and Naruto's like, nah, I should take her interrogated. Like, and then she explodes while Naruto is saving Kawaniki, Boruto, Himari. We see the bot from Kira, and we see the leader of Kira just sitting there observing the events. Like, he's complimenting, basically, as expected, Naruto Uzumaki for absorbing the blast, and something about some of the key hands of Boruto Uzumaki. And then Kawaniki is taken to Kitsuki's lab to give himself a new arm. A new arm will take a while, so Naruto's like, okay, why don't you get one of my arms? One of my fake arms. And grabbed on him, and basically he has no problem with it. He puts it on him, just slaps it on him, and he's basically working with it perfectly fine. Yep. So it's a chakra, and it's like they're jealous by the arms, like poof, so like that. And we come back to Kira's base operations, where it gives basically info, basically what's happening. Basically Delta wakes up. Yeah, I think it's confirmed that Delta is simply put an android, or at least this is a clone of her. Yep, because it got some memories, and they basically chastise her for losing to Naruto. And we see several members of Kira, not only one of the leaders of Kira, but also someone named Baro and some other guy named Code. We see, I think this guy is one of the leaders of Kara. And they talk for a good period of time. Discussed before, and of course we have Momoshiki, seeing that he is basically influencing Naruto somehow, well, Boruto somehow. And then we cut to the Uzumaki house. And Kwaniki's like, why'd you go through this me? Because he reminds himself of when he was younger. Okay? And he asks him, could you treat me Tenjutsu? Sure, won't be easy. So, okay? Alright then, tomorrow you meet my disciple. Ha! Turigam Ninja, I definitely will lose you, Kwaniki. Don't say that, you idiot. That's my line. And of course we have Naruto just sleeping in his office. And Kwaniki, who had taken some glue, found the vase he broke several chapters back. Actually, I think it's been like 9 chapters since they broke this thing. And then cut to like outside where he is hanging out with Team 10. We see, and for some reason, I have no idea why in the world this is, several of the characters decide to go back to their academy days off for no explained reason. We have Sadara wearing her bow tie look. Mitsuki, as far as I can tell, never changes his outfit after the academy. But Inojin, why the heck is he going back to the overalls for? Seriously, there is no explained reason for this at all of why he went back to the overalls. Like, it's not exactly a good look for. I like his current look right now that he has in the anime, but man, I didn't really care. I didn't think this was a good look for him to wear overalls and a big sweater, a hooded sweater. At least Chocho's still wearing her regular attire, and of course, well, Kwanaki comes across a card featuring Naruto's father. I think his name is his nickname was the Elf Flash. Comes a card with him on it. Yeah. And he trades him a different card which has Naruto on it. It's basically okay, fine. Trades it for the card. And of course Sadara doesn't really. This is the odd thing about this chapter. Sadara herself only says maybe one line the whole chapter. Yep. She only speaks once the entire chapter. After not seeing this character for the past 6 chapters, we finally have her here and again. And yeah, that's something quite weird. Shikadai doesn't speak a single word at all. Inojin gets one line. Mitsuki, another character has not been seen for several chapters. Yeah, we have 5 characters who have not been seen in this manga since chapter 24. And well, in the case of Inojin, this is probably his first appearance in the manga I can think of. Yeah, that's after the events of the movie. Yep. and he gets one line. Chocho gets a line. Mitsuge and Sadawa get a line. But Shikadai? Nope. He doesn't say a single word in this whole chapter. Not that I can tell. Yep. Actually, he does say one line. But yeah, this is kind of dumb in the part of the writer. Keeping these characters out of the book for such a long period of time, and you bring them back and they give like 2 or 3 lines? Seriously? That's it? It's for the card, and of course, Sadara is basically just sitting there, just pouting about something. Maybe she's pouting over the fact she hasn't been, like, why have not been in this book for the past 10 chapters? That's what she's probably thinking. This is probably like if this is a fourth wall breaking, like, she's like this. What? Why have I not been in this book for 10 chapters? Seriously, writer, keep me in the book. Don't keep me in the sidelines. That's probably what she's thinking. That's just my perspective, basically what she's thinking. But as for what she's actually thinking, I have no idea. I come back to Uzumaki House, where Kawanaki is basically putting together the vase he broke back in chapter 25. And he's training with Naruto. He's hanging out with Sadara. Doesn't say anything. The last few pages of this chapter, there's no dialogue at all. Got some basically glaring and putting the vase together. Vase is pretty much completed. And he's looking for the missing piece. And it's like, huh. He's like, dang, I wonder if it's still in the living room. And all of a sudden, this happens. Oi, kid. And it's Kurama! First appearance in the manga. Well, actually, this is his first appearance post the movie. But man, seeing Kurama is like, wow. I did not expect to see him show up. Yeah. Though it's a projection from Naruto's butt. He actually can do this. He's shown to do this once in the anime. He did this for like one episode of the Sadara. I think he did this in the opening episode of the Sadara arc while protecting Sadara and Chocho from Shinichia, from one of his clones. He did this. Yeah, kind of so I could get a clearer picture, but yeah, that's basically what he did. It's like, what? He's like, what is that? Sit down. Just don't leave Naruto's side whenever you feel like it. Okay. That's kind of a surprise. Because the way this chapter feels, while reading it, it feels as though we're wrapping up the first portion, like the first arc of this saga with Kawanaki. And this kind of feels like that. And it gets to the end, and it's basically like we're going to possibly see the start of another arc within the first act. And I definitely say yes. It feels like wrap up the first act of this arc. That just maybe at least the second act of it. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like the second act of this arc has been sort of wrapped up at this point. While starting something shock. I mean, this is something though. Like last week, we had. At the end of the recent chapter for Black Clover, last week's chapter, we had the bird finally talk. And in this chapter, kind of the same thing. A creature talking at the end of a chapter. What is up with this? I mean, did somehow the writers both series probably... Did the writer of this series to somehow basically like... Okay, he probably saw that for Black Clover, probably saw it he probably saw it. This is my theory anyways. He probably saw that that's how Black Clover's newest chapter is going to end by having animal talk in that chapter to basically be a jaw dropper. And my guess is he was like, okay, I'll do that for my chapter too. He probably saw it. Yeah, he probably saw it at some point. Either that, he probably had a different ending in mind. But then he saw that. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use something similar to that as the end of my chapter. And instead of being like a live animal, it's basically the tailed beast instead of Naruto. This technically is the first time he's actually been seen in the manga post movie adaptation. Yeah. But it's great to see Kurama, a character who doesn't really appear that much. I mean, the anime, he basically, like, with the exception of the Shooting Exam adaptation, he only appeared twice the entire series. Yeah, twice. The first episode of the Thunder arc, and he also appeared in... Oh yeah, he appeared in a standalone episode. He appeared in the first part for the Parents-Child Day arc, which actually was the most recent arc for the second most recent arc of the anime. He made appearance in that one, but he was Naruto's body. But yeah, only 2 appearances the entire series. I mean, this is not counting the Shooting Exam, which he shows up there, which overall, the guy's only appeared like 3 times in the anime. In the manga, he's only appeared maybe twice. Once mentioning the adaptation of the Boruto film, and now here. Second, so 2 times in the manga, in this manga, 3 times in the anime. That's kind of weird. Everybody think, okay, what about when Naruto went to his Kibe form during the end of the Byakugan arc? Yeah, Kurama didn't show up there, but that's implied he probably did it off screen, was really quick. Yeah. But this was a good chapter. 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic chapter. Alright, so that's it for this particular review. Next video, Black Clover. Okay? That'll be up soon. Okay? But do your next review. Bye.